Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you are all doing well out there. Got a little stack of movies I wanted to do a quick update for here. And I got a lot of movies I got to do updates for. I got a couple of shelf spaces just filled up back there, and I got them kind of categorized out, so I need to get to them. Hoping to start getting a video out once every other week so we can start talking about all these here, because I'm really stoked to talk about a lot of these movies. I'm going to jump right into this one here, though. I'm starting that off with Get Out. And this movie impressed me on so many different levels. Really like this movie a lot. I don't really fall for the hype train all that much with reviews, except for when it comes to horror movies. And only reason being, critics don't really fall for horror movies all that much. I'm a huge horror fan. It's my favorite genre of film. And there's a lot of movies in the horror genre that can completely shit on that I absolutely love. So horror is just one of those things. I mean, you love it or you hate it. In the movies, you know, you never know what you're going to get. But when the critics take notice of something, it definitely piques my interest a little bit more. And this movie definitely delivered. So hard to talk about this without spoiling anything in it, just because I feel like there's so much good rewatchability in this that I've watched this a couple times. There's so much you kind of pick up on. So it's hard to say anything, because if you start picking up on things in this movie, it's going to spoil it for you. So highly recommend this. If you've not seen it, definitely go check this movie out for sure. It is fantastic. I think that's good for horror fans and just movie fans in general, without a doubt. Next one here, we got The Autopsy of Jane Doe. And this was an interesting release here. Walmart had exclusive rights to this for like a month or so, and then it just went wide, I think about a week or two ago now. I ended up picking it up from Walmart because I was really excited to see this movie. Emile Hirsch and Brian Cox both star in this, and I really, really love both of them, especially Brian Cox. And they run a mortuary together. It's a father and son, and this Jane Doe shows up. So they're doing the autopsy, trying to find out exactly what happened to her, how did she die. And the whole story surrounding that, very interesting. And to me, kind of just like a masterful type of a plot. Nothing brand new or groundbreaking, but the way they were handling it and the reveals and everything was just so well executed. There's so much other stuff that they threw in this movie which really kind of felt like filler, just to, you know, give a full runtime to it. Maybe this would have worked better as a 45-minute short story, or they could have found a better way, but a lot of the other stuff that felt filler in this didn't really do it for me. Didn't take me out of the movie so much, but everything surrounding the Jane Doe I thought was excellent, and definitely worth watching for that alone. Next we got here is Train to Busan. This to me is a masterpiece. The zombie genre has just been overdone, and it's because it's a fun genre. You know, you get a lot of fun kills. It's always about creating more fun kills to put on screen. It's about the effects and everything like that. And this movie has great effects. The zombies I thought were extremely effective. But what makes this so good is the characters in here. It's a very compelling story, grips you emotionally. And I thought all the characters were very likable, and they felt very real and natural. Nothing in this movie felt like unnatural, I guess, if that's the right way to say it. Like the way that people were acting in this and going about themselves seemed just like a very natural, flowing type of a film. And it's excellent. It's a Korean film. If you can handle the subtitles, highly recommend checking this one out. Just a beautifully shot film, and honestly, one of my favorites in the horror genre in a long time for sure. Next here, we got the Target exclusive steelbook for Power Rangers. I was so nervous about this movie, I didn't even go see it in the theater. And not that I had high expectations for it, but I grew up, like everybody says now, but I grew up loving the Power Rangers. I used to watch the show all the time with my brother, and I never got into the ones following the original lineup. I only liked the original lineup, and after they got into all the other shit, just, I don't know, maybe I grew out of it at that point, but I just never watched any of those. Super stoked that they went back and, you know, with the original lineup here, and I figured the hell with it. I'm going to buy it. If I can get some nostalgia out of this, if anything, at least I've got it. And there were a couple moments that kind of brought me back to the childhood a little bit, but they felt so out of place and forced because the tone of the movie just didn't feel like it incorporated it. I hate to say it, but this movie was terrible. I can't think of anything in this movie that's a redeeming quality outside of Elizabeth Banks. I really felt that her portrayal of Rita Repulsa was very good. The dialogue was awful for her, and I don't know how many times they had to keep repeating what her plan is. Like, the audience is a bunch of dumbasses, and we got to hear it from 5 different people in this movie exactly what's going on. I don't get that stuff at all. Lazy, lazy script, but I thought she did a good job as Rita. There was actually a couple of moments in this movie that you know, could legitimately creep out some kids, and I thought it was handled pretty well. Outside of that, though, I can't say anything too good about that movie, except for the fact that I love the Power Rangers, growing up with the show. Now I've got the movie in a steelbook. So it's a beautiful steelbook, but so disappointed with that there, even though I had no expectations. Next up here, we've got the Best Buy exclusive steelbook for Logan. This was another phenomenal film. beautiful, beautiful ending to Hugh Jackman's run as Wolverine. And I mean, really, I think we all have to thank Hugh Jackman for what he's done for the comic book genre, for film, for comics themselves. The dude totally embraced this role. You know, some of his performances and some of the films were kind of crap, and it is what it is, but man, he went out with a bang in this movie here, and like, thank you so much, Hugh Jackman. I really feel if it wasn't for him and what he brought for to the table with Wolverine, maybe the whole comic book genre doesn't explode, you know, the way that we've got it today. You know, this was kind of the starting thing with X-Men, and Wolverine was phenomenal right from the get-go there with Hugh Jackman. But awesome film. Not much to be said about this. Just Hugh Jackman kicking ass. And the one thing I say I really appreciated about that movie, almost more than anything, is they didn't run with the R rating and, you know, slap it in your face. It was very natural how they executed the R rating, and I appreciate that a lot. And last, but certainly not least here, is John Wick and John Wick 2, both Best Buy exclusive steelbooks. And similar to Logan here, and I guess with the Mad Max one, very rare steelbooks to come by, so I was really fortunate to get Logan. My buddy actually helped me out and picked that one up for me. And I guess both of these were extremely rare to come by, so really, really happy and fortunate to have all of them here. But the John Wick films, ton of fun. I think this is where Keanu Reeves is at his best here with the John Wick movie here. Just like The Matrix and everything. It was great in The Matrix. I feel like he works good when he just has to be almost that silent badass who's not given so much to do with emotion in his dialogue, but just the screen presence in his dialogue. Because the guy's got screen presence. When he's showing up on here, he's kicking ass, and the guy knows how to make it look really, really good. And he put in a lot of work and effort to kind of embody this character and everything, which is awesome. And if this keeps going the way it is, it's going to be a huge franchise, and I hope Keanu Reeves sticks with it. They got a TV series coming out, movie beautifully set up for a third one, and I mean, this is something that can go on and on and on, like a James Bond or Mad Max now since we've got the new movies and all that. I think this is something that people can embody, and John Wick can just be a character that lives on. It's got huge franchise potential, especially with how they set up John Wick 2, exploring more into this assassin's underground and everything. Super, super cool stuff. Absolutely love that, so I'm stoked to see more from that franchise there. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this video here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on any of the movies here. Super stoked with these pickups here. Like I said, I got a lot more videos coming on the way. Tons of movies back here on the shelf here that definitely need an update video, and a lot of movies I'm really excited to talk about with you guys. So love to know your thoughts on what I got here. And for you collectors out there, if you were going for those John Wick steelbooks and Logan, I really hope you're able to get your hands on them. I know they were really hard to come by, and I'm very far and few between. So I hope you guys were able to get your hands on those if that's what you were going for. And let me know what you guys have been collecting lately. I'd love to know what you're picking up in your collections. I recently started picking up some Arrow Video stuff, so I'm really excited to talk about some of that there. Got a lot of Scream Factory titles to talk about, so yeah, it's a good time to be a collector, man. A lot of good stuff coming out. So thank you guys again. If you are new to my channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. A lot more on the way, and for all of you out there that have been following me for the last couple of years here, cannot say thank you enough for all of your continued support with everything. A lot more coming on the way, I promise. I will make it all worth your while. I got a lot of cool stuff that I'm working on, and just life gets busy, man. But I am here, and we're going to have some fun. So thank you guys very much, and I will catch you all next time.